I know it's hard to juggle for people right now because the camera's new, you know, news. So I really only have about 3 complaints with the EOS R5, and it's not solely to do with the overheating issue. Good day and good vibes, everyone. I'm Devontae, and welcome to the Camera Kicks channel. If you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing. We do photography and videography equipment reviews, tutorials, and vlogs. So if that's something you're interested in, consider subscribing, and don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoy this video. Okay, so here's my complaint with the EOS R5. Canon has already come out and talked about the overheating. They've given their specifications on when they did their testing and how the testing ended up working out for them with the 8K and the 4K and everything like that. But one big issue with this camera that I saw right off the bat was no 1080p 120 or 240, which is really odd to me in a camera that can do everything, basically 8K, 4K, 1080p, you know, like everything raw. It can do all that, and they didn't put 1080p 120. So it just didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But then I saw that the R6 had it, so I was like, okay, so they're trying to give the R6 a selling point, but they're crippling something that they know people are obviously gonna use in the R5, a 1080p 120 or 240. I mean, I don't know, that just, to me, that's a huge problem. Why would you not include that in one of your best camera releases to date? Now, with the heat issues, there's really only one person that I've seen so far who has like openly come out in a video and really even mentioned it in a real world use, was Peter McKinnon. Now, as you know, Peter went out and he made the promotional video for the R5 that was released the same day that Canon talked about the cameras. And then he made a vlog later on that said while he was using it, he had to wait like 10 minutes before he could use the camera again. I don't know if that was in 8K or if he was trying to get it in 4K. But I think he did say it overheated in 4K 120 as well. This camera really seems like it's more for production, as in like in studio, like somebody like for photography, your fashion photographers, your studio production photography, product photography, as like a B cam inside of a studio or a C cam, something like that. That's what this camera seems more like to me, and the R6 seems more like the go out, shoot, kind of rough and tough it up type of camera. But until we get actual real world use from other reviewers like Fro or somebody like that, we really don't know yet. Now, are there going to be ways to mitigate it? Probably. I think someone said there was like a fan or something you could buy for Sony's, it was an A7S II or something like that. I think I'm not a big Sony person, so I'm not really sure, but I'm sure there's aftermarket products you can buy to help cool the camera if you are using it in those situations. And there's other things that could contribute to you reducing heat, and that leads me into one of my other complaints, which is going to be battery life. Everyone knows that when something heats up, the battery life shortens on it. With the camera already doing, you know, 8K and 4K, it's already draining a lot of battery. So I foresee this battery being abysmal. I mean, like terrible. That's probably why the first 2 things that they're selling as far as accessories are the battery grips, because the R5 in general is probably going to be absolutely horrific when it comes to battery life. But like I said, we won't really know until Canon releases their NDA and lets people actually review it and talk about it. But by that time everyone's gonna have pre-ordered it, you know, and waiting on it, and then they get it in their hands, and then they start really complaining about, you know, whatever the issues are. I can say personally, from my work, and I just did a wedding a couple days ago, the time limit thing doesn't really bother me. I'm not getting the R5. I'm going to tell you that now. The time limit thing doesn't really bother me though, because anytime I was filming, I was under shade, or like the sun was behind me, or, you know, like there was just scenarios where I didn't have to worry about the camera getting too hot, and I was using the EOS R. But I'm not recording for 20 minutes at a time, like absolutely not. I might get a 3-minute, 4-minute clip here or there, and then, you know, switch positions, or, you know, just different angles and stuff like that. So the time limit thing, I'm not super worried about. And, you know, with battery life, there's always things that you can do to help mitigate it. You know, reducing the hertz on the screen is one thing that they said you could do. Opening the battery cage, apparently that's a thing. But yeah, like I said, there's no unbiased reviewers who have the camera right now, so it's hard to, I know it's hard to juggle for people right now because the camera's new, you know, news, and for me, I every time I open up YouTube, there's 30 different videos on the R5 with a picture of, you know, like, this is the R5 and it's the camera with like heat in it. Until Canon releases their NDA and people can actually talk about this camera, just hold off. Don't buy, don't pre-order, just wait. Just wait. If anything, I'd say look more at the R6 anyway. But it seems like they're gonna be releasing some firmware that's gonna help fix some of these issues, but it's not gonna be what you guys, you know, it's not gonna be 8K raw with a 30-minute, you know, time limit, or a uncapped time limit, you know, 4K 120 with an uncapped time. No, it's not gonna be that. So anyway, that's all I got, guys. Just don't pre-order yet. Just wait. Just hold off. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, and see you guys in the next one. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Good vibes. Peace.